You get a bill, you get a bill, you get a bill, you get pardoned, you get pardoned, everybody gets pardoned to bills. Because Biden has to do something with his time until January. All this and more on the Self-Evident Podcast. Welcome to the Self-Evident Podcast. You got Mike. You got Massey.
What's up?
And we are here coming from our Self-Evident studios. It's Friday. Golly, I'm so grateful it's Friday.
I am too. I'm very grateful it's Friday, but I'm grateful for every day now.
True.
Like, it's just, Mike was just talking earlier about how life is just fun.
Isn't it?
It's fun. There's a lot to be thankful for, a lot to live for, and you don't need to create drama that is not there. Amen? We don't need to do that.
Lesson learned.
Lesson learned.
And I think it's very easy for us to look out and see all the drama, see the conflict, everything's going on, life is crazy. But if you just step back and relax for a moment, there's probably some aspects of life that's really good.
Yeah.
And I was telling Massey, it's just like, I'm just having a blast. I am enjoying life. Is there stuff I want to change, stuff I want to focus on? Yeah. But I am enjoying life.
Same.
I'm not going to take that away from the Lord. Like, thank you, Lord. This is a good time.
I agree.
So.
And all of you who watch the podcast, I think you guys are seeing it. We're just grateful for you even tuning in and being here.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be some really cool things happening next year in 25. I think we'll probably change the set a little bit and do all those things. And again, we do this more for us. It's just thoughts.
It's our own personal.
It is. It's like for us, it's cathartic because we get to just share our thoughts, and if it catches somebody and people change, great. That's the point, So we don't make a career off podcasting, just so you know. We're not looking to make a living on it, just so you know. We do ministry. That's what we do. That's important to us. Podcasting is just the fun stuff. So we're gonna have some cool guests on though next year. I'm really excited about this. Some people you know, some people you don't know. And so it's gonna be good, man. I'm excited.
Yes. Here we go. So before we get into all of it, go to theselfevidenttruth.com. Get yourself some merch.
Do that.
Get it
now.
done.
Now. Do it.
I'm just leaving it on you.
Bah humbug.
Bah. Oh, we hope you had a good Christmas.
Yeah, that too. Like, did you take down your tree yet? If not,
Yes.
you're like me.
No, I took it down.
Nah, I'm like, I'll wait till May.
Typically, we might, but our tree, we bought it the day after Thanksgiving. That thing went dead fast. And it was like...
you don't water it?
No, we watered it and everything. But it just, something happened and that thing went... and it was like, Melissa and I were looking at each other like 4 or 5 days before Christmas. And we're like, I just kind of want Christmas to get here so we can take the tree down. Because it looks horrible. It was like big gaps right on the side. And
Did you burn it?
I'm going to.
Oh.
It's over on the side of the house right now. Because that's how we do. And the other one from last year, I burned it like a month ago. It sat on the side of the house, and I kept thinking, I got to burn that thing. I got to burn it. But
remember
no,
the one we burned the year prior to that? It was like,
uh-huh.
It went up in flames. Anyways, if you haven't done that, do it. I personally don't like live trees. I don't want to deal with the mess of it. I like the tree I got. It's pre-lit. We still add lights. Well, sorry, my wife does all the tree stuff. Because she's like, she just has the ideas. I realize I get in the way a lot. Like, I know what I like, but just stay out of her way. She'll do that stuff. And then I go out and do the other stuff. You know,
go.
That's the point. She
Each have your
decorates.
role.
She's so good at it. And I appreciate her for that because she makes it fun. She makes Christmas fun.
It's really the
It
wife.
was a good Christmas.
The wife that makes the Christmas.
Yeah,
right?
we're more excited for the boys. Like, they're just growing up into men, so that we're not buying them little cheap men's or boys' gifts.
Yeah.
They're men now, so we're buying these gifts that are like, wow, this signifies
Real
him
stuff.
stepping into a manhood and all these other things. It's a different game, man. You know, and I still got an 11-year-old, but he acts like them, so it's like he's still got that mentality, and you know what I mean. So it's different. It's a different vibe.
We're so tired of all the toys you know, because just an avalanche of toys, and then you're trying to sort through all of it and get rid of the stuff that you know they'll never play with.
Yep.
And it was funny because several people gave us money for the boys, but it's like, do that. Just money, and we'll figure out what, because you get the people who maybe they don't have kids or they forget, so they buy your kid like that super noisy, flashy toy, you know, that just makes a bunch of noise and music all the time.
Because they think kids will
strobing
think it's
lights
cool.
and, yeah.
And it is for like a month.
And then it's just annoying because then you'll get the kid that just sits there,
Yep.
presses the button over
You
and
missed
over.
the point, man. You've never been a parent. But that's cool, you know, and thank God for all you grandparents who love doing that kind of stuff. We love you, but
It's out of spite.
yeah, just give us money for the kids.
Yeah,
We'll put it in their college fund or something like that. It's
Right.
easier. That'll last a lifetime then. See, you're making an investment in your grandkids or aunts and uncles. You make an investment in your nephews and nieces. Just do that.
Yeah.
And make sure the parents don't spend it on themselves.
Which I told Melissa.
Because
was
I
like,
might. I'm Mexican.
Exactly. I had the same thought. I told Melissa last night, okay, here's what we do. We buy something, and she has something picked out for the boys that she wants to get them. And what we're going to do is each of the people who gave us money, we're going to write them a card saying, thank you. Here's the toy that your money bought. And we'll just give that to each of the people who gave money.
I like it.
So
That's a smart idea, which is probably what we need to do for President Biden.
can we just give him some money and send him to the beach? Let him be done with it.
I think the man needs to just get a Sudoku game, get on a cruise ship.
What word do I need here? It's
Sudoku.
Sudoku.
Or whatever. Sudoku, whatever.
It's numbers. I don't understand. How do I can't spell this word.
Can I buy a vowel? He just needs to go, right? Like, so this thing happens this weekend where he signs 50 bills. Was it Christmas Eve? Christmas?
Yeah, Christmas Eve.
And you think, did he really sign his name 50 times? Come on. You know you're asking. When I asked it, some of you are like, huh, that's quite the thought.
At least some people went, well, wait a second. Yeah.
Just
That's-
saying, did he even read the bills?
Oh, heck no. Can he still read? That's the question. Sorry.
Wow.
Was I not supposed to go there?
Wow. I suppose we're already there. So he passes these bills, and, you know, again, we're usually looking for sources of red flags and whatnot. I don't think they were bills that were red flags, maybe a couple, but like they were just kind of bills.
Yeah.
Like it's common sense. This isn't even like bill worthy. It's common sense.
So let's go through some of these.
Yeah, let's do
'cause
it.
These are... Now, we don't have the full list. We've got detail of some of the bills, and typically if you don't have the full list, then there's probably not a whole lot in there because the really spicy stuff would definitely make news. But one of them is to designate the bald eagle as the national bird. Now, this caught me by surprise because I did not know that we hadn't already designated the bald eagle as the national bird. But Biden got that joy of saying, yes, I am the one to sign into law that the bald eagle is the national bird, which doesn't legend have it that Benjamin Franklin wanted the turkey to be the national bird?
I don't mind that. You know what we need to sign as a national bird is the brisket. Anyway.
What else we got? Stop Institutional Child Abuse Act. Because we need a law to stop child abuse.
So what you're saying is they just need better oversight and reporting. Now we need to sign a bill. This is what they do. Look what he did. He's trying to protect children. No, you signed a dub bill. That's what we should be doing.
Like,
so stupid.
this is the mentality. Oh my gosh, he signed the bill to protect children. Protect children from child abuse. We had to sign a bill in 2024.
Which is already illegal to do.
Right. Shouldn't that already be illegal? And shouldn't we already be punishing that? But no, we've got to sign a bill for it.
We just signed a bill that it's illegal to kill someone with a gun. No guns can be used to murder people.
Thank you, Joe Biden.
It's what these bills are.
Really? What else we got? The Stop Campus Hazing Act. Because there is no crisis like fraternities making their pledges run naked around the quad.
Right.
It is time to be done with that.
Right. Because, people, and again, let's respect, someone died at a hazing, and it's like, okay, those guys, okay, so then they should be tried for murder. You took it too far.
Isn't it funny that, like, as soon as something happens, we need a law to stop that?
Yeah, stop it all. What about those fun ones that guys have good memories about? You know what I mean? It takes away manhood.
I'm not.
I sound insensitive.
I'm not defending the whole fraternity Greek system, but I'm going to defend it a little bit. Can we stop being so uptight about their pledges and their hazing practices and all that? When it gets out of hand, okay, but like Massey said, there's already a law in the books for that. That if you're that stupid and somebody dies, you should probably be held liable for that death.
100%.
Right? Do we need another law that stop hazing?
Dude, if someone dies in a swimming pool, I mean, it's literally like saying, well, then you can't swim. We're going to make it illegal to swim.
Stop the swimming
Come on,
act.
man. That's not, come on, man. That's not how this works. That's not how this works. You're taking away people's liberty because one person did something stupid. And yes, murders have happened because of hazing. So then prosecute those who did the stupidity of it, not the whole thing itself, the institution itself. You're taking away liberty. It's illegal to pop fireworks unless it's 4th of July. Why? Because people get hurt. Okay, so those who get hurt and mismanage, those are the ones who, sorry, bro, but then you make it illegal for everybody else. It's so stupid. It's just taking away liberty. There's some other ones here, actually.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Listen to this. The Chesapeake and Ohio Canal National Historical Park Commission Extension Act. Here, the First Responder Access to Innovative Technologies Act. Why didn't they have access to innovative technologies in the first place?
Thank goodness we came out with a law so our first responders can have cell phones.
Okay, dude. The Paperwork Burden Reduction Act.
I have another name for it. Get Rid of Government Act.
That's right. Employer Reporting Improvement Act, which we just talked about, the BOI for business.
Right.
Creating a central database of businesses.
Thank you, FinCEN.
Because central databases always produce liberty.
I just, the
censuses.
The most libertarian limited governments in the world have all just jonesed for a central database of a registry for everybody. Now, if you haven't heard of what this BOI is, hold it because I want to.
I know.
If you haven't heard what the BOI is, basically, if you're a business owner, and this is a shout out to all business owners because maybe you have not heard about this, you are required to now register with FinCEN. So the government agency, financial center, or whatever, you need to register your business with them by January 1st, I believe.
Yeah, there's like a hefty fine or penalty.
There's fines and penalties if you don't do that. Now, the only reason that the Forest is even registered is because I was new, so the IRS was pushing this information. So, oh, crap, I better do that. But if you're a business owner and you haven't heard about that, go to irs.gov. And I mean this, go to irs.gov and look up the BOI because you're going to have to register or else they're coming after you. All right, Mass?
HR 5301. Eliminate Useless Reports Act of 2024.
Oh, thank God they're making a law. Finally.
Listen to this.
We're going to spend how many thousands upon tens of thousands of dollars, maybe into the millions, to get this bill passed. And of course, this bill is going to require paperwork and enforcement and checking in to make sure that it's enforced, which its whole goal is to remove burdensome reports. Government have you not gotten the hint that maybe you're just a little bit too big and a little too complex for your own good? Just wondering.
HR 8663, the Detection Equipment and Technology Evaluation to Counter the Threat of Fentanyl and Xylazine Act of 2024. Why did they not have access to this? You need a bill for this? Okay. Chance to Compete Act of 2024.
What is that?
We don't know. We should look that up.
Keep talking. I'll look it up.
Chance to Compete Act of 2024. Let's see. Federal Agency Performance Act of 2024. Beagle Brigade Act. The No Congressionally Obliged Recurring Act. Stop Institutional Child Abuse. You did that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about this for a second. The laws have become so voluminous, James Madison said, that the people have just like lost interest in it. The laws have become so voluminous. How are they going to keep all these laws? What are they going to do? You see what I'm saying? So like all this is more control. They just want you to know we're controlling you. They'll never be able to keep all these laws. They'll never really be able to do half the stuff that they're talking about. But this is what happens. Go ahead.
According to civil liberties lawyer Harvey Silverglate, the average person unknowingly commits around 3 felonies per day due to the complex and often vague nature of modern federal criminal laws, as outlined in his book, 3 Felonies a Day.
3 felonies a day. We probably do 15.
Oh, at least. At least. And
even speaking on a podcast against government, there's probably something about it.
And all you got to do is attach that hate speech moniker to it, and he and I should be in prison for life, which Canada, if you have your way, you can come after us for it. That Chance to Compete Act, I'm going to read the description because this is how complex and confused your government is. Under the bill, the Office of Personnel Management must develop and implement a plan for transitioning to using technical assessments for hiring into competitive service positions unless the hiring agency certifies that it is impractical. Does this need a law? Does this really need a law? Or maybe could this be something where they go, hey, Jim, can we switch to this? Yeah, shouldn't be a problem. Okay, cool, do that. Okay, sounds good. Why is this a law? At the worst case scenario, could this not be an executive order? Now, if the Office of Personnel Management is not under the executive branch, which maybe it isn't, maybe it's under Congress, do we need a law? Do we need to spend time on a law that President Biden has to write his signature on to make it official when Bob could have told Jim, hey, switch this up? Okay, got it, boss. What else you got, Mass?
The Think Differently Transportation Act.
Okay.
Okay. And then there's also this one, Financial Management Risk Reduction Act. Hey, Marjorie Taylor Greene was on that one.
I'm going to look that one up. So just keep talking.
I guess so. There's more. There's a couple more. And really what this does is it's all a ruse to show you government. This is how useless government is. All this is common sense. This is all common sense. And when we leave out common sense and say government will do it for us, this is what happens. Is it illegal for Biden to do? No, because they've abused the words of the Constitution. We can just sign bills into will. And that's what's been happening. And so, no, like, how do we stop it and reduce it? We fight against it. Whenever these things come up and you're illegal of this, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not following it. I'm not doing it. Right? Go ahead.
Oh, I was just that bill. This bill increases federal oversight of single audits submitted by certain recipients of federal awards, federal financial assistance, including grants and federal cost reimbursement contracts. A single audit is conducted by an independent auditor and includes the financial statements and federal awards of a non-federal entity. In other words, if you get an award from the government in terms of money, they're going to audit you. I'm kind of disheartened by all of this.
I just even the whole thing with the Native American tribes signing bills about that, right? The child, what is it? The child, what was it called? Here, I'm looking it up now. Native American Child Protection Act. the Native American community is its own entity. They have their own police forces. To me, this is just one more way for government to edge their way in. And what it happens is it provides grants to Native American tribes for those who have been victims of child sex abuse. The law now encourages to use the culturally appropriate services through this program. According to who? According to who? Government. Who reports then? They have to report to the government how they use these funds. It's just one more way to encroach into an area. And they've tried to do this to the Amish for years.
Yeah, they're always going after the Amish.
Right, they're always doing that. And so it's just more government encroachment. It's literally because you don't know how to wipe your own butt. We're going to create a bill that says you must wipe your own butt this way. And we're going to make sure you do it. It's seriously crazy.
It's delusion. And here's what happens. You get a bunch of people who are in government thinking that they need to do something. They need to take an action in order to save everybody, to justify the reason that they're there. Plus, you get a lot of departments where they have to justify their job. So you get a bunch of moral busybodies who are all passing laws because they think, well, this is going to solve this and this is going to solve that. When in reality, what they're butting up against is the hearts of men. The laws will never cease. The laws will only just grow because guess what? There's always something more. Oh, crap, that happened. We better write a law against it. And at some point, somebody is going to be picking their nose, and they're going to end up scraping their brain and die or something. And, well, we've got to have the No Nose Picking Act now, and it's going to be signed by 40 congressmen because somehow, some way, that's too dangerous for people to do, and we've got to stop them from doing it.
Fingers in their noses.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so crazy. Can I read this one real fast?
Go for it.
HR 3254, I just talked about it. First Responder Equipment Act. It directs FEMA.
Oh, because they've won.
To implement a uniform process for reviewing applications regarding specific anti-terrorism grants to lower governments. This review is required to be done for grant applications that ask to buy first responder equipment or systems that do not meet or exceed any applicable. So I have to buy this equipment from the government using government money. So I have to apply to the government to buy their equipment. Talk about the greatest Ponzi scheme ever. Who creates the equipment? That's not private. Or they enlisted private companies by government grants to do this. So then the government provides the money for you to apply for to buy those things that they created. This is amazing.
What a complicated mess this whole thing is. Oh, well, we've got to sign a contract with a private company to buy this technology. But then your department is going to have to pay us for that technology that we paid money out to. So how often does the taxpayer get fleeced for you to buy that 100%. Equipment?
So do you see why, for us, it's more important not to vote for a man, but for reduction of government? Do you see why it's very important that we talk about these things as God-given rights, not government-given entities or government-given privileges? Because they're not. And they've literally played God. Listen, they don't want God to be this tyrannical. That's why people don't serve God. He's too tyrannical. He's too this. He's all up in your business, right?
But
he's super
daddy government,
buddy. We trust it too.
Oh, yeah.
And dude, when something goes wrong, we need to go file a lawsuit. We need to make a bill about something.
We need a law for this.
Child trafficking is illegal. Why do we need a bill about it? It's illegal to steal kids and use them for sex trafficking. It's stupid. We don't need another bill. What's a bill going to do? It is not going to stop the criminal. It's not going to stop. Dude, saying that sexual abuse is bad and putting it in a bill is true. It's not going to stop the abuser. You know what will? Punishment will stop the abuser. A full-on flogging, dude. That's what stops sin, is punishment, judgment. That's what stops it. And yet we're sitting here saying like, now, you guys cannot abuse children. Here, anti-hazing. You can't haze anymore because that'll stop every sorority in America. I'm sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. The frats are going. Well, dang.
Yeah,
what are we
can't do that
now?
next week.
Yeah, because that anti-hazing bill came out.
You know what they're thinking? All right, cool. How do I get around it? Like every other person does.
The hearts of men.
The hearts of men. It cannot be changed by law. And that's what we're trying to get across. It's like, that's why we preach so heavily about don't trust in a man. Don't trust in what they say. It's always government, more government. I need him to fix the government to make sure I do that. No, we need people to get rid of government so that people can just be free. It's going to be the Wild West. It already is the Wild West. If you think more laws have helped our nation, it hasn't. There's more murders per capita. There's more suicides per capita than what we've had ever in history. More abortions per capita. Don't tell me that laws fix things. You think it's going to be the Wild West if we don't have law. It's already the Wild West in a lot of ways. Is it getting better? Yes. I'm going to preach hope. I think churches are stepping up. I think there's more salvations happening. I think there's a lot of cool things happening. But I don't need government for that. I need Jesus. You know what I mean? I need nonprofit organizations to help me. People who actually are willing to help me to develop a life. I don't need a welfare program. I need people to help me develop skills that I don't know so I can go make my own life. And you know what? For the first time in my life as a husband, I'm not talking about me, as a person, get them off the streets, teach them skills so that they can provide for their family and actually feel proud that before God, they can stand before God and say, I provided for my family and I can eat, right? You know, I don't have the nicest house. Who cares if you don't have that? You have a house. You know what I mean? It's so crazy. So government cannot do for me what I'm already willing to do for myself. And we are willfully letting government abdicate our roles as people and citizens so that they can do it. I ain't doing it.
That's really what it comes down to.
Absolutely.
It's passive. It's a passive energy, right? Oh, government will control this thing.
100%.
And so often it's the people in charge who have to justify themselves to themselves.
Right.
Oh, I got to do something, right? So I'm going to put in this bill to stop hazing.
I have to be told I can't use. It's just so stupid. Oh my gosh. This is so dumb.
Right now, Paul is going, yes!
I know. I feel like one day there's going to be a bill written about me leaning back on my seat.
Yes.
Holding a microphone like this because it'll push against my esophagus. And then it'll kill me.
We can't let Massey
Yeah, we
sit
can't
back.
do that. He cannot hold his own microphone on his body.
Never doubt the energy of the moral busybody. Here's how we'll close. I'm going to read that C.S. Lewis quote about moral busybodies.
Oof to me. Yeah, you're going to be rocked. I remember when you did this for the conference.
Oh, dude, that hit.
It hit so hard. You know how many people took a picture of that slide?
Oh,
I even took a picture. I lost it, but I took a picture.
And I told everybody to close their eyes. So if you're driving, close your eyes. Just relax.
If you're operating heavy machinery, close your eyes.
Don't do that because somebody will sue. Well, you told me to do it, so I did it. And there's probably some freaking law that would justify your position.
The SPLC will figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, just listen. It would be better to live under robber barons than under omnipotent moral busybodies.
Oofta.
The robber baron's cruelty may sometimes sleep. His cupidity may at some point be satiated. But those who torment us for our own good will torment us without end, for they do so with the approval of their own conscience.
Oofta. And that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes Self-Evident Podcast for today. Don't trust government. Trust the Lord.
Amen.
We don't need them. And if you're seeing bills that are unjust, don't obey them.
Amen.
I know that sounds weird. I know it's terrible. It sounds rebellious. But they're actually being rebellious. They're saying that you can't handle yourself before God. I ain't doing it. And that's why we love you guys. Thank you for supporting us. It's already December 27th, and we're excited for the new year. If you've not signed up for our newsletter, go ahead and do that. We got some cool things coming up. You guys can help support. Look forward to some new discipleship stuff that we're doing as well, and we love you. Thank you so much for tuning in today. And Monday is going to be really cool, too. So, guys, God bless you. Thank you so much. TheSelfEvidentTruth.com. Find us on any podcast available. We love that you guys comment, so leave your comments below, and we will see you on Monday.
Love y'all.
Bye.